By the way, game 2 looked like Bulls-Pistons back in the day. These teams do not like each other. I think that this one's actually going to go to the Sun because the series shifts back to Mohegan Sun, where they're 14-6 this season. And on top of that, while I expect Nafisa Collier to have a bounce-back game, she's been held largely in check by Connecticut's #1 overall defense. The most consistent piece in that matchup has been Alyssa Thomas, who's a couple of rebounds shy from averaging a triple-double for the Sun. I expect her to do well. Bree Jones really hasn't been a factor, and this thing is still knotted up. They were playing with house money by beating the Lynx in game 1. I do think they've got the advantage here because ultimately they're going to muck it up with that nasty defense, and they still have Marina Mabry, who is an absolute sharpshooter from deep. So I'm going to give this one to the Sun, but I think this series will go 5.
And again, that must-see one tonight.
Clearing up some misconceptions and addressing some things in the past. So, maybe me and Stephen A will have a sit down at some point and hash things out.
Jaylen Brown saying perhaps a sit down with you is in order on his appearance at Hot Ones. What do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. I definitely intend for it to happen. I'm happy to hear that he does as well. Because there needs to be a real discussion. This is a good brother. This is an educated brother. He's got a lot of things going for him. He's the reigning finals MVP in the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He's a champion now. He should have been on Team USA, et cetera, et cetera. He should be receiving a lot of endorsement deals because of his greatness on the basketball court as well as his character. But there are a lot of things that are held against him. And when you bring that stuff up, a lot of times people try to kill the messenger. I don't root against folks. I root for them. I don't give a damn who it is. And if I don't like you, I think you know me that I'm honest enough to say so. Mm-hmm. I don't have personal agendas and all of that stuff. What I did when I reported what I reported about Jaylen Brown, I stand by it. And the proof was in the pudding. But it's not me feeling that way. It was me articulating that there are others who feel that way.
Reporting.
And I think if you look at the facts, I think they've proven to be true. And I can't wait to have that kind of conversation with him so he can fully understand where I was coming from and where I'm still coming from about his greatness and what he deserves and how it pales significantly in comparison to what he's actually getting from the outside world because of one thing or another. So I'm looking forward to that conversation whenever.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have him on First Take. Or, of course, you got your own show, The Stephen A. Smith Show. By the way, that was the show we were talking about, Hot Ones, where you eat the wings. Remember I was telling you it keeps getting spicier so people talk more? Good. Still to come.
Sitting in my chair being diplomatic. We'll talk about that another day, Shump. We'll talk about that another day, Shump. You're supposed to let it all out now. Here's the deal. You're right, because when he brings up LeBron, it is fair to say that LeBron wants to evaluate his team, and then, all right, I'll make an assertion thereafter. My only pushback with LeBron on what he said is, I don't want to hear that. You got a new coach. You know how he got there. That's LeBron right there. You understand? JJ Redick. He was here with us. Now you
get your hands over there with JJ.
I ain't mad at it. I think JJ's a brilliant mind. He's a friend of the show. He's a friend of mine. I'm rooting for him. I want him to be successful. I will never root against JJ Redick. So I'm wishing him nothing but the best, okay? But you understand, you did the podcast with him first. You got it. Now all of a sudden he's the Lakers coach. All right, fine. You see the personnel that y'all got in there. You wearing a Laker uniform. This ain't the Cleveland Cavaliers, even though y'all won a chip together in Cleveland. This ain't the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is the Lakers. It's the Lakers. What do you mean ain't no expectations? Let me tell you something. How you think Laker Nation feel about that? I want to hear that. They want to hear that. We'll see.
I've never been a part of Laker Nation.
There we go.
I've never been a part of Laker Nation.
There we go. You in LA enough, though. You in LA enough, though.
I can't imagine a Laker fan feeling like they're going to put pressure on this team.
Well, what I'm saying is this.
We started with saying
great.
He's on his 22nd season.
Let me get, I'm going right there. I'm glad you went there for me. His 22nd year. LeBron's phenomenal. Mount Rushmore, top 2 all time as far as I'm concerned. He's that dude. I don't want to feel, and it's just a feeling, I don't want to feel like it's one of those situations where no matter what we do, I'm going to go out, I'm going to drop 25 to 27 tonight. I'm going to do my job. And if we don't do something, we don't do something. Nah, you that great. Anthony Davis is that great. There is nothing wrong with the Lakers having some expectations. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't think he said that. He didn't say he was going out here to lose. I don't remember that quote.
He's never said that. He never has.
He's basically saying don't put any expectations on us too early. We don't know what's to come of this yet.
Now you know what expectations are. Ain't nobody got early expectations. Nobody give a damn about October, November.
Matt, don't you get
Expectations
when you play for the Lakers, there's always some expectations. When you play for the Lakers, there's always some expectations because of their history.
Yes.
You gotta
Of course,
understand.
yeah.
There's also expectations among for the Knicks. This is a very interesting trade they made. They took $200 million in salary. He shoots a lot of threes. Finch, for whatever the reason, loved Randall. You can't blame Rose for making this trade.
You're talking about bringing Cat.
Bringing K and Carl Anthony Towns. But now this team is going to have real expectations. Everybody thinks they could basically beat the Celtics and, maybe threaten them to win the conference. What you're thinking about what the Knicks did.
I don't know about everybody.
Well, Knicks fans do.
I'll say this. I love them on paper. Like, I love the Cat Brunson. I love that on paper. Like, that's awesome. I don't love that at the end of the game in the playoffs. Like, it's not scary enough. There's got to be some player that can go off by himself in the playoffs. Me being a part of the playoffs for years, I just know a pick and roll calls for adjustments, tags, rotations. The hardest thing to beat is knowing exactly what's coming, and it's an ISO, and there's nothing you can do but watch. We all have to sit here and watch and hope he misses that ISO. And I'm not against Cat or Brunson. I like both of them as players. I don't think that at the end of a game, they could go back and forth like that. And if they are able to do that, I'm going to be excited to watch it. I like them on paper. At the end of a game, I would take my chances saying, yes, I will guard Brunson and we will rotate on Cat.
Chuck, I will tell you this. I totally agree with you. Totally. But I will say, Brunson made a whole bunch of people look like liars last year. Like we didn't. I'm saying, did we expect to see what we saw from Brunson? Was phenomenal last year. He was an MVP candidate last year. We didn't expect
expectations though.
Say what?
We doing expectations or wins.
Oh wait a minute. We can't compare expectations for the Lakers compared to that of the Knicks. The Knicks who haven't won a title since 1973. I mean, we can't compare the two. Come on, Chuck.
Now the expectations come out.
I'm just saying that it ain't the same. You need to stop that, Chuck.
When it's your team, it's a different deal.
Just because everybody else didn't see Rick Brunson being able to play, y'all know his dad. We know his dad. We know that boy could play. We saw him play before.
The brother could ball.
Oh,
the brother could ball. But he could ball.
In the playoffs.
But it ain't LeBron. It ain't Ant-Man, it ain't LeBron, it ain't somebody like that. Come on, that's a little different.
Yeah. But that's why I said at the end of the game, it scares me because he's a little undersized to be having the ball and having to put that much responsibility on him to score it at that size. You know what I'm saying? That's been the problem in the history of all point guards that are quote unquote undersized. If they're a scoring guard, you got to be able to score that thing at the end. Like,
we even saw it with Kyrie last year.
Do you agree?
We even saw it with Kyrie last year in Boston when Jaylen Brown was guarding him. We saw that. I get you. I understand that. But if Cat, here's the remedy to that. Cat is gonna have to hit them damn threes more so than he did in the playoffs last year. That's what he's gonna have to do. Okay. He got to have that. You're asking a big man to hit threes for you for the win. No, he shot 41% from three last year. He's a career 39.8% shooter from 3-point range. That's awesome. Not a big ask for him.
That's awesome though. That's awesome. It's just that's what you're.
Hello, the NBA, National Basketball Association, is the most prestigious basketball league in the world, created in 1946. Throughout its 78 years, the NBA has not only consecrated great athletes, but also given rise to remarkable stories, such as family legacies, in which fathers and sons shone on the court, winning titles and making history. In 2024, the league will reach a historic milestone with LeBron James and his son Bronny James playing together for the Los Angeles Lakers, something unprecedented. LeBron, one of the greatest in the NBA, began his career in 2003 and is the highest scorer in the history of the league. He won titles with 3 different teams, was 4 times MVP, and played 22 seasons. Bronny, at 19 years old, makes his debut in 2024, carrying the expectation of following in the footsteps of his legendary father. Other examples of dynasties in the NBA include Del Curry and his sons, Stephen and Seth. Stephen is considered the best three-point shooter in history and won 4 titles with the Golden State Warriors. Scottie Pippen and his son Scottie Pippen Jr. are another example, with the father being a multiple champion alongside Michael Jordan for the Chicago Bulls, while the son is seeking his place with the Memphis Grizzlies. Kobe Bryant, Joe Bryant's son, became an NBA icon, winning 5 titles with the Lakers. Klay Thompson, Michael Thompson's son, has had a brilliant career, with 4 titles with the Warriors. Other examples include John and David Stockton, Rick and Jalen Brunson, Arvydas and Domantas Sabonis, as well as Doc and Austin Rivers, and Gary Payton and Gary Payton II, all illustrating the continuity of family legacies in the NBA. Thanks for watching, leave your comment, hugs, and see you next time.